Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Right now at 5, reopening the county. A major step forward for local businesses looking to reopen their doors once again. But what exactly does this mean for you, the customer? We'll explain coming up.
Protecting our small businesses, a new program looks to help local business owners, how this could help restart our economy.
And unable to cross the finish line, a local track athlete preparing to graduate had his eyes set on outrunning the odds of winning Valley titles. But this student is still moving forward. We'll explain his story coming up on this Wednesday, May 20th, 2020.
Good morning. It is 5 a.m. and it is a beautiful morning out there. I'm Nicole Gitsky in for Maddie Jansen.
And I'm Alex Fisher. Yeah, the sun is slowly already starting to come up, Kev. I was actually looking outside just a moment ago and you could see that the mountains were already in view. It's still very dark outside. Here's a live look at the intersection of Roselle and Mohawk. And as you can see, that glow is starting to appear, Kev. And it's another sign that, yes, we are getting close to summer. And since it is May 20th, we've got a month of spring left, something like that, Kev?
Well, it's going to feel a lot like summer as we head into next week. As I show you the extended forecast, Alex, a little bit later, yes, we're talking triple digits. But in the short term here, we're going to see a gradual warm up today and as we get closer into the holiday weekend. Now, yesterday was a nice day. We had some clouds and we didn't really get much shower activity. As you remember yesterday morning, I didn't think we'd see much more out of it, but we did hit 73 degrees. Normally, we should be right around 84 this time of year. The record of 101 set back in 1954. As we take a look at this morning and the skies, we do have a few lingering clouds into the Kern County mountain locations, but that is it, and that will even continue to clear out as we go throughout the morning into the afternoon. 55 degrees in Bakersfield at this time with an east wind at 5 miles per hour. And as we take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast for you today, sunny skies, 7 a.m., 53 degrees. By noon, 70, 76 at 3, so mid-70s expected this afternoon for you. 43 degrees out of Tehachapi right now, a west-northwest wind at 7. The breeze will hang around for you today. Temperatures are looking very nice. We will start out partly cloudy and 41, and then this afternoon by 3 o'clock we should be sunny and temperatures hovering right near 63 degrees. Again, a big warm-up is on the way. We'll talk much more about that coming your way in just a little bit. Alex, back over to you.
All right, Kev, thanks so much. Now to the latest on the coronavirus here in Kern County. There are 1,581 total positive cases confirmed by local public health officials. Kern's death toll stands at 25, with no new deaths reported since Saturday. Half of those deaths are from the Kingston Healthcare Center, a local skilled nursing facility in Bakersfield. 1,034 people have recovered from the virus. More than 13,000 tests for COVID-19 have come back negative. Meantime, we're waiting for the results of more than 1,100. The number of pending tests is going down as more and more results come in.
Now, some businesses in Kern County are one step closer to reopening. During its meeting yesterday, the Kern County Board of Supervisors certified that Kern meets the governor's criteria to accelerate further into Phase 2. The rest of Phase 2 would include the reopening of dine-in restaurants, swap meets, certain retailers and shopping malls, with safety protocols in place, of course. But it could take a few days to officially get the green light. That's because the state must now review the plan.
Our hope is if we can get this submitted today, which is our goal, the state will take a 1 to 3 day turnaround and we can have this up and going by the 3-day weekend.
A reminder, if the state gives Kern the go-ahead to accelerate into Phase 2, that would not include businesses categorized in Phase 3, such as salons, walk-in retail stores, and houses of worship. The governor says we could still be a few weeks away from those businesses starting the reopening process.
Apparently not waiting for the green light from the state to reopen, 2 local churches. 17 News has learned that Mary's Chapel with the St. Francis of Assisi Parish is partially opening on Monday through Fridays from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. for private prayer. The parish says the hours are temporary and subject to closure without notice. The church says it is also enforcing social distancing guidelines and only allowing 10 people inside the church at a time. In a statement, the church said, "Can't wait to see you. Seriously, actually see you." And the Wilderness Church in East Bakersfield is offering services on Sundays and Wednesdays. Tonight's service is scheduled for 7 p.m. Sunday service will be at 10:30 a.m.
Meantime, a local strip club that reopened too soon says it will close its doors for now. That Deja Vu Showgirls off Golden State Avenue said it was back open on Twitter Monday night, but after a phone call with the club's manager, Public Health says Deja Vu will close back down. The department explained to the manager that the club isn't listed as essential business, so it wasn't supposed to be open. The state guidelines say entertainment venues can reopen in stage 3 of the process. Now, right now, we're in stage 2. And we received a response from the manager of Deja Vu, Kira Gravely. She says, "I know this has been a tough time for us all. We have employees that need to come back to work to provide for their families just like anyone else. Our intentions were to do just that while creating a safe, fun environment for anyone 18 and over that wanted to join us." Gravely says they want to work with officials and reopen later with extra precautions and sanitary measures. Now, you can find that full statement on our website, kget.com.
And with several local businesses planning to open, we're asking you in our 17 interactive feedback poll today, would you feel comfortable going out to eat at a local restaurant as soon as it reopens? You can call or text us at 661-888-4617. Press 1 if you think you would feel comfortable, 2 if not. You can also text, tweet, email, or Facebook your comments. Once again, our interactive feedback line is 661-888-4617. And coming up at 5:30, we will air some of your comments and have a first look at the results coming up. The county is making cuts to make up for revenue losses during COVID-19. Supervisors say the county will implement a hiring freeze of current vacant and future vacant positions. It will also suspend non-essential purchases and implement other cuts. The county says revenue losses hit about $35 million this fiscal year and could hit between $31 million and $82 million in the next fiscal year. More cuts could be necessary if the impact from COVID-19 is prolonged.
Small businesses in need of financial help may benefit from a new local program approved by county supervisors. It's called the Kern Small Business Relief Program. It's similar to the federal Paycheck Protection Program, but more flexible. Kern's program divides the funds among payroll, rent, or utilities and general working capital. The program aims to protect the smallest of small businesses.
We're not looking for big corporate franchises. We're looking for owned and operated businesses with under 50 employees and under $5 million in gross revenue from 2019.
The county has partnered with 4 local banks to give out the loans: Michigan Bank, Valley Republic Bank, Valley Strong Credit Union, and Alta One. They will begin accepting applications next week. You do not need to be an existing customer to apply.
Undocumented immigrants in California can now apply for direct financial relief payments. The program launched this week to overwhelming demand. It is the state's version of a stimulus payment. An approved adult can get $500 while household payments cap at $1,000. The funds will be put on a payment card. The process is being handled by a dozen regional nonprofits throughout the state under the direction of the California Department of Social Services. Because the payments are first come, first serve, as you can imagine, phone lines are clogged right now. Funding comes from a blend of state funds and private donations. At least 150,000 undocumented adults are expected to benefit. The program runs until June 30th or when funds run out.
In your 17 Court Watch and happening today, convicted murderer Leslie Chance is expected back in court for her sentencing hearing. The former elementary school principal was convicted of murder in the 2013 shooting death of her husband Todd, who was found dead in an almond orchard near Highway 43 and Noriega Road. Her sentencing hearing has been pushed back multiple times, most recently because Chance was placed in quarantine due to COVID-19 outbreak in her jail's housing unit. And earlier this year, hearings were postponed due to illness. She faces a sentence of life in prison.
Still to come this morning on Sunrise, one local senior found success putting one foot in front of the other.
How the stride to win is pushing him through these tough times and shining light on next year. We're back after the break. Happening today, the Kern High School District Board will meet to discuss graduation ceremonies. The coronavirus pandemic effectively canceled all of the ceremonies. Now the board will meet as counties across the state prepare to move forward with reopening. The question facing the board, if shelter-in-place restrictions are lifted, what's the best way for going about in-person graduation ceremonies? That meeting is happening online this morning at 9:30. And the Delano Union School District is planning something special for its graders next week. Starting Tuesday, schools in this district will hold recognition ceremonies. It will start with a drive-through graduation parade each morning. They're asking parents to drive their students in decorated cars. They also want them to share pictures on social media. Each school will tell its parents and students where to get their diplomas along with a goodie bag. Well, with so many Golden Empire seniors having had their sporting
Senior Sendoff is proudly supported by San Joaquin Construction Services.
With so many Golden Empire seniors having had their sporting careers cut short, KGET and San Joaquin Construction Services decided to team up and recognize our local student athletes. In today's installment of Senior Sendoffs, we feature Jesus Alvarez, an Arvin High School senior who lost out on a chance to win 3 Valley titles in a row. 17's Taylor Schaub introduces us to him. Taylor?
Well, good morning, Nicole. Growing up in poverty, Jesus Alvarez always thought of himself as the underdog, except when he stepped foot on the track.
I feel like I own the world when I'm on the track. Like, I'm supposed to be here. Like, this is where I belong.
Every time Jesus Alvarez competes, there's a chip on his shoulder a country mile wide.
The main thing that inspired me was to be someone big, because you know, like out of Arvin, there's not like many great opportunities like to come out of Arvin.
A son of 2 farm workers in the rural community of Arvin, the high school senior has always tried to outrun the odds.
I don't want to end up working in the fields like my parents. Like, I hate it.
So when he started track and field his freshman year at Arvin High, he found his escape, one that has led him to great success, including back-to-back Valley titles. But today, that three-peat is no longer an option. How painful was it?
On a scale from 1 to 10, probably 10, for sure. But it was hard, you know, because this year was supposed to be like my best year, you know.
Many of his athletic dreams stripped away from him in the midst of his high school prime.
It's hard because, like, I've always wanted a ring, you know, like championship state ring. And, you know, like, my goal for this year was to at least jump 7 feet in the high jump, but yeah, couldn't do that.
Fortunately, Alvarez will have the opportunity to compete once again, accepting an offer to CSU Bakersfield. Because as he points out, that hunger to win burns bright within him.
To be satisfied, I don't think I'll ever be satisfied. When it comes to track and field, I think I would always want more.
Now, Alvarez tells me he's the first one in his family to go to college, actually, and he received a scholarship, as we said, to CSU Bakersfield for track and field starting next year. If you'd like to submit one of your seniors, you can go to kget.com and go to the Senior Sendoff section. In Southwest Bakersfield, Taylor Schaub, 17 News.
Thanks, Taylor, for that. Well, Krispy Kreme Donuts has found a sweet way to celebrate the class of 2020. A long line of cars carrying graduating seniors went through the drive-thru at Krispy Kreme Rosedale Highway yesterday when the shop offered a free dozen donuts to seniors. It might not be the same as walking the stage, but some dressed for the occasion and even took photos with their free dozen.
It honestly makes me feel nice about it because somebody's actually like acknowledging that we're not getting our graduation. So I mean, though it's a small gesture, it means a lot.
Now, if you missed the giveaway, you can still purchase the 2020 donuts now through May 24th. The economy may be sick because of COVID-19, but the Trump administration is recruiting doctors to provide a cure.
NBC's Tracy Potts explains from Washington.
Alex and Nicole, good morning. Good morning, everyone. NBC News has confirmed with the Trump campaign that there is an active effort to get medical experts on board with the president's reopening plan.
Hello, everybody.
President Trump on the growing number of coronavirus cases in the U.S., now topping 1.5 million.
Really, it's a badge of honor. It's a great tribute to the testing and all of the work that a lot of professionals have done.
NBC News has confirmed an Associated Press report that the administration is recruiting doctors to publicly support reopening. The president went unmasked to talk election strategy on Capitol Hill, where senators remain split on whether to pump another $3 trillion into the economy.
It only costs half as much as the Republican tax scam.
We need to assess what we've already done.
Democrats argue families and first responders don't have time to wait.
They are desperate. They're looking for help.
Republicans insist the $3 trillion is a no-go.
Give states more flexibility in terms of how they spend the $150 billion that we've already given them. That's the only thing that I can see passing anytime soon.
At a virtual hearing, the government's top money men painted a grim picture of the economic impact.
The scope and speed of this downturn are without modern precedent.
There is the risk of permanent damage.
Democrats accuse them of pushing Americans back to work without safety precautions.
You're boosting your Wall Street buddies, and you are leaving the American people behind.
Connecticut, the last state, begins to reopen today. As the nation begins to reopen, President Trump is promising help to certain parts of the economy, $19 billion to farmers and ranchers, and billions more for public transportation. I'm Tracy Potts, 17 News.